Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're feeling fantastically well. In this episode is a continuation of the previous episode. I am beginning the ambush mission 4, D-Day landings, parachute drop, and we'll see how the procedure works. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go into the actual game. I don't know how long the parachute drop will take. I don't know how far or how scattered or what's going to happen. That's why we play these games, isn't it? So hit the like, subscribe, and comments if you wish to. Let's get down to the map and enjoy what you're doing. There's the full map. Map B with a village in a small valley. Remember in the colours, white is at ground level, then you've got different heights, pale green, dark green. Now it tells me to set up all my guys between Y6 and so the top of the map is north, so up here is north. My guys are going to be set up between Y6 and Y15, including the cache. Well, I don't have the cache, so I set them up as is. So I'll just show the whole map at the present moment. I'm going to zoom in now because there we go. Anderson, squad leader, sitting there. Now there's a procedure I've got to go through, and I've got to do one guy at a time. And yeah, it says there's a paradrop procedure which says drift movement, landing, and I'll repeat that until they're all landed. And depending on where they land is where we see that they go. So first of all, I'm gonna start with Gibbs. Okay. Now I roll a dice. If it's odd, he goes southwest. If it's even, he goes northwest. So yeah, going this way is west. If that's north, and that's south. Okay, so let's roll the dice for him and see where he goes. So that's an even number. There he goes into X5, and then I've got to do a paragraph check for that hex, see what actually happens to him. Does he land there or not? So this is where I've got to use the physical components. X5, it says none. Okay, so then I roll the next hex through. I've got to do this for each one. 4, again, that's an even number. Up he goes, so that's W5. It also says none. Just making sure I have the right condition. We're in condition 1 at the present moment. So we roll for him again. 6, oh mine. Okay, V4. Okay. Now that gives a actual paragraph 467. So I've got to follow what it says on these paragraphs. It could mean you get shot at. So 467. Right, what did it say on the paragraph? 467. If soldier moving, not the cache, roll 1 die. 0 to 8, no effect. 9, C 40. 1, no effect. So we then roll for his next hex. 8. Yeah, he's definitely drifting. The wind is pushing up there. U4. That's that 467 again. Okay, so let's roll for him. 8. 1 to 8 was fine, wasn't it? And 0 to 8, no effect. Okay, let's see where he goes now. Again, 0 is an even number. I didn't remember reading anything as if he goes off board. So he's now entered T3. It says land. Ah, so he lands in T3. Okay. When the message land indicates the soldier has landed, use a landing procedure below to see if he is injured. Okay, so he's landed in some, what is that? That was broken ruins, I think. Let's have a look. I'm not quite sure. what that is. Rough. Okay. So now we see what actually has happened to him. So in rough, cover or brush, no, rough or woods. Roll a dice to see how his landing was. Low is good. 5. So 0 to 4 is good landing. 5 to head, bad landing. Roll 1 die again. On a roll of 0 to 5, there is no effect. On a roll 6 9, soldier is wounded. 1. No effect. So he's landed. Okay. After all US soldiers have landed, not all, so I now place a parachute on him, number 2. There he goes. Gibbs has landed. Yay. Right. I'm now going to do. I've got to get their name right. Elmore. Let's see what actually happens to Elmore. He rolls a 5, so he actually goes to X7. Okay. As for normal, this game, there are bits of paper everywhere. X7. That says none. Okay. Next hex. 4. Okay, so that goes to W7. Also says none. Okay. Next hex. 6. That's V6. Also none. Okay, next hex. 3. So he goes to U7. U7. We're still in none land. Okay, next. 5. That's T7. That says land. That's where he lands. Okay. That's scrub or brush, isn't it? Okay, let's see what happens to him. Pebble or brush. Again, low is good. There are also zeros because you get good landing. Boom. And we place parachute on him. Now we'll do Anderson. Okay. Let's see where Anderson goes. 3. X8. Oh, wrong way. X8. That's a none. Next X. 4. W8. Now, if I am repeating myself on some of these, I honestly can't remember. So that's a none. Okay, next one. 5. Okay, that's V8. Okay, that's a none. Next one. 9. That's U9. It's also a none. Okay, next is an 8. That's T8. T8. That's also a none. Ooh. Next is 2. That is S8. None. Okay, so he's drifted past Elmore. 3. R8. Still none. Oh dear. 8. Q8. Oh dear. Is he landing in the building? Let's see. None. Another 8. That's P7. It's also none. Okay, that is O7. Blimey. Still none. Where is he going? 5. N7 on the crossroads. Land. Okay, let's see. Blimey, he went a distance, didn't he? And the condition of his landing is a 6 on a road. Is good landing. So give him his parachute. Boom. Okay. Over to Mr. C, who is Connor. Okay. 4. X8. I'm sure I've had X8 before, but who knows? Wrong way. X8. None. Next X. 6. W8. We know that's a none. I had definitely been in that one. Offer again. 9. I'm sure I've been there as well. V8. But we'll double check it. V8. Done. Next hex. 5. U9. None. Next. 1. T9. None. 3. S10. None. God, it's definitely scattering them, isn't it? 6. R9. None. 0. Q9. None. 4. P8. None. 8. O8. None. 9. N8. Oh, still none. Where is he going? 5. M9. None. Okay. 7. Oops. L9. Straight, he could be off the board. Okay, that's a none. 9 is K10. Still none. Blimey. 6. How am I going to keep these guys under control? J9. None. I10. Still none. Blimey. He is going distance. 6. H9. Still none. He's obviously on some gust here. 1. G10. I really don't want him to land in the river. None. Okay. 0. F9. I hope that is F9. Blimey, that's a land. Oh dear. He has landed in the river. Okay. So 0 to 1. Well, let's see. Low is he really needs low here, otherwise he could drown. 2. So 0 to 1 is just missed the river. 2 to 5, Cash lands in the river and is lost. Soldier lands in the river, but is able to struggle out of his harness and get to shore. Place a soldier on an adjacent all-land hex determined at random, crouching. The soldier has lost all his equipment and ammo. Oh dear. Erase his port and ammo boxes. So he's got now lost all his equipment and ammo. Okay, well, I suppose it's better than being wounded. Okay, determine randomly. Well, one. Well, he won't land. So there's 3 on this side and 1 on that side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll again if it's higher than that. 8. So he goes that side. I'm going to, in his properties. Okay, so he's got no ammo. I'm assuming oh, blimey, he had an SMG. There is 6 points down the toilet. And it says he's got cut out of his harness, so therefore he doesn't have his parachute. But he's unarmed. That's not nice. Right, okay. Next up. Mine and your hopefully favourite. We have Hanson. Okay. I'd rather him being just doesn't matter. Let's see what happens to him. 8 x9. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. None. 1 W10. Not sure if I've had that one before, but it's a none. Next, 1 again. V10. None. Again, 0. U10. None. 6 T9. None. 9 S10. None. 0 R9. None. 5. Uh-oh. That's Q11, Q10. None. 0. P9. None. 2. O9. None. 8. N8. I'm sure we read that one, but still a none anyway. 7. M9. None. Do seem to drift quite far. 6. L8. None. 1. K9. He lands on K9, and that's clear. So 0 to 8 is good. He lands fine. Give him a parachute. Hansen is stuck on the railway track, but he can see Mr. Anderson. Okay. We're now doing F, who is Faulkner. Okay. So 4, which is X10. None. Sorry, but it took time. 7. W11. None. 9. V11. Nope. 7. U12. Okay, I think the first part of this scenario is getting the band back together. No. 4. T11. Nope. 5. S12. Nope. 5 again. R12. Nope. 5 again. Q13. Oops. Card slipped. Land. Okay, so that's clear for good landing. Okay. Mr. B. Brewer. Okay. So he's going into X12. Away. Nope. 8. W12. Nope. 2. V11. Nope. 3. U12. Now, I suppose I could have done all this beforehand and showed you where it was, but I don't know. I'm finding it interesting. But that's a none as well. A 7. T12. Uh-oh. This here is a church steeple. We're not going to have the bells, T12. None. 4. Ooh. S12. You missed the church tower. None. 3. R12. I'm sure that was okay, but we'll double check. None. 5. So he goes to the same space. Q13. So we know that's a land. So rolling to see the effect. 9. Clear. No. Bad landing. The soldier is wounded. He probably landed on the other guy. Oh, man, he's my blinking assistant squad leader. Darn it. Oh, is there a way to mark him as wounded on here? I could place a wound mark on him, I suppose. Status. No wound counter. That's not a good start, is it? Okay. Brewer. I suppose one guy had to get hurt. So we've got one guy missing a weapon or equipment and ammo, and another one who's now wounded. I'm sure on here, yeah, I can actually flip that to show he's wounded. Not good, but there we go. Probably broke his leg or something on the landing as he landed on top of who's he with? Connor. No, Faulkner. And I'm assuming he does have a parachute as well. Okay, last dude. Leave one of those parachutes. Okay, last dude. D for Denton. 4. X12. X12. None. 1. W13. None. 7. V13. None. Okay. 7 again. U14. None. 1. T14. None. 0. That's even. Ooh, S14. None. He floated just over the church. R13. None. 5. Q14. Don't want to land on you, Sarge. Q14. That's also a none. 5. P14. None. 9. Okay, O14. O15. Oh, straight, gotta go line it up. Yeah, that's none. 6. Right, N14. Land. Okay, so that's brush. Those good, remember. Oh, the bloody 9. Bad landing. Cover rush. Roll 1 die again on a roll of 0 to 4. Soldier is wounded. On a roll of 5 to 9, soldier is incapacitated. Oh, man. 2. Okay, 2 wounded. Not good. Okay, and then we've got to give him a wound marker. And of course, his parachute. That was, I thought it was doing all right. The last few there. I mean, anything but a 9, you've been fine. And there's 2 of my really good guys. Yeah, good guys. All right, it says mission's already started off like, really tricky. 2 wounded and 1 without any weapons or equipment. So obviously I've got to get them all together. All right, so that's everybody landed. Okay. So got it right. Put new condition effects. So unless a paragraph indicated otherwise, go to condition 2. So I'm automatically now on condition 2. Okay. I did have a pen and pencil, but that seems to have gone. But we're now on condition 2, so now I need to change the cartridge. Condition 2. Those. Then, okay. Paragraph checks. Make a paragraph check for each hex occupied by a US soldier, active or inactive. Well, they're all classed as active, so why? But not one for the weapons cache. Don't have a weapon. I wish I had a weapons cache now. Use the procedure in activations below. Okay, so activation on landing. After all US counters have landed, make a paragraph check for each hex occupied by a US soldier. Do not make a check for. Okay, all right. If a German activation occurs, place the new German on the map, but do not commence rounds. Note which side was to receive the advantage and 2 turns, and continue making paragraph checks. Complete all paragraph checks and activation checks before beginning rounds. Okay. Right, so this we start on the person who's furthest to the west. So this is Connor with no equipment. He's in G10. G10. Okay, it says event. All right, so this is where we roll 2 dice. Okay, 8 and 2 is 10. 10 on the event. It says paragraph 981. German standing right next to him. Ha! Gott in Himmel! You are unarmed! And pokes him. 981. S5 spotting required. S5 required. We haven't any spotting at the present moment. Go to condition 3. So S5, if S5 had been in place, we want S3. So nothing has happened there. Okay. Do I place an event marker? No event occurred, so no. Okay. Just remembering the actual basic rules. Right, so the next guy along is one in K9, who is, Hanson. Okay, so he is in K9. I just said that. Dear. K9. Okay, so that does actually put the spot at, well, it's lining up very well. Sighting 5497. Sighting 5497. Conduct activation check. If successful, C590. If fails, C637. Okay. Okay, so we have an activation check on 497. So we're on condition 2. The activation number is 0 to 2. So let's see what we get. to 1. So the activation check is successful. Just double check for it. Conduct activation check is successful. C590. 590. So that's the next paragraph we go to. Oh dear. 590. Right. So it's got the little S5, so we know we've got Spotify. Activate German 63 and 83 in hex M6 crouching. It says commence rounds. Well, we know we don't do that. German's advantage. That might be coming. So I'll keep a note of that. So 590, Germans 63 and 83. German advantage. Okay. And that's in M6. Where's M6? Oh dear. M887 says Germans in that hex there. That's not good. Right. Let me pause and then bring those boys in. Oh. Okay, so I've got a list of German names for the different letters. Okay, so we have in there, we have Mr. X, who's actually Zylander, and Mr. N, who is Nitsch. Now, N is an SS general, and so that's Nitsch is an SS general, and Zylander is his aide-de-camp. Okay, both pretty good. They both got 4 initiatives, and they gained me 2 VP before we even start the game. So 2 already gained. Already. Okay, I now carry on, and the next hex is with Ambrose. Ambrose, that's the previous dude. Anderson. Yeah, Anderson. Okay, N7. N7. And that's got paragraph 79. Okay, bring out the paragraph book 79. Right. If S5, citing 5 and citing 7 have not occurred, C579. Okay, so if citing 5 has occurred and S7 hasn't, so have not occurred, C579. If S5 has occurred, C631. If S7 has occurred, C497. If both have occurred, no event. So we have, if S5 has occurred, go to 631. That's the one we go to. 631. Better write that down. Goes to 631. Conduct activation check +1. Okay. Conduct activation check. Still on condition 2. 7 + 1 is 8 is a fail. If fails, see 633. S7. Okay. Activate German 93 in hex N9. Crouching. US advantage. Okay. This is interesting. So we've got another German in N9, and he's crouching, and it's US advantage. Because we've got to work out who is going to have the advantage after all of these paragraph checks have been done. But we now have S7. Okay, so another German here. M. That'll make his name Müller. Okay. Dear, oh dear. Right. Okay, so I've got this paragraph here. So that is N15, N14. Lots of papers when you played this game. N14. That's a none. Whoa. Okay. Next up is Q13. Q13. Also none. Next up is T3. Okay, that is something. S1476. S1476. 476. What we got? Conduct activation check +1. Okay. 9. No, not successful. 476. If successful, C. If fails, C 488. 488. Conduct PC check. Okay. Who landed there? That's Gibbs. Gibbs has a PC of 4. +1. So it's +1 at the dice. Or is it? I can't remember if it's +1 at the dice or +1 to his PC. I'll have to double check that. Okay, so actually, +1 actually increases his PC rating. So his PC rating, 488 went up by 1. So his PC rating goes to 5. I rolled a 5. So if successful, see 703. 703. Right. Now conduct an activation check. -1. Okay. Now because they, if successful, see 047. So nothing happens. Phew. Okay, and then the last paragraph check is T7. Which is none. Okay, so that's all the paragraph checks. Now what actually happens? Make a paragraph check for each check. Use the procedure. If an activation occurs in step 5, then commence rounds. So we're commencing rounds. Right. So after all US councils have landed, make a paragraph check for each hex. Done that. Germans activate occurs, place the new Germans on the map, but do not commence rounds yet. Note which side was to receive the advantage and 2 turns. No one had the advantage in 2 turns. Germans did have an advantage, and US had an advantage. And continue making paragraph checks. Complete all paragraph and activation checks. Done that before beginning round. When rounds are begun, all Germans activated are used, but only one activation result is used to determine who has the advantage and who receives 2 turns. All US soldiers are automatically aware when they land. Fair enough. Ignore awareness references. If more than one activation occurs, and if in condition 2, we were in condition 2, unless the paragraph indicates a good condition 2, which we are still in at the moment. If more than one activation occurs and in condition 2, when the activation occurs, use the result most advantageous to the US. If in condition 3, use the activation. Now, we would be in condition 3 if any Germans had activated in that drift phase, or a paragraph had caused, or someone had been shot. So, under the landing, put condition 3 into effect if one or more US soldiers were fired upon in condition 1. They weren't. Otherwise, goes to condition 2. So we're beginning round with US advantage. Okay. However, half my guys are with parachutes. Okay. So US advantage. And we're not sure how many actual rounds and such we're going to get. That will be determined. Right. I'm going to actually end it there. Let me just zoom back out. Okay, maybe it's a bit too far, but who knows? All right, so we've got 3 Germans in the field. I've got 2 guys wounded, 1 guy unarmed. Was that a successful drop? I have no idea. Let me know, but let's end this. To be continued. I'm going to just save the game. File, save game as. Yeah, all ready to go. There we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's go back and bring me back up to the front. Hold on there. So it's end screen. Stop share. No, we don't want to do that, do we? We'll stop recording. Right, the boys are down. No one was shot at yet. We have the advantage, but we've got our parachutes. We've got to get rid of, and that's going to take 2 rounds or 2 actions. So we'll see how many actual rounds we get when we get to that part, which will be on another day. There's only so much recording to do, so but at least we're down and we're playing ambush and it's all begun. So until next time, play games, have fun, buy internet.